Lesson is for the character build, Jack Skellington, with a little bit of a modification. There will be uh, some changes because I've decided to combine 3D and 2D look, where you see some of the 2D art for Jack Skellington. It looks like Day of the Dead kind of design as opposed to the 3D teeth. So I'm going to keep it this way and kind of keep it simple by modeling the head first. There's a noise here or a Musgrave texture for the bump, and then this is just basically painted on top. Okay, another way is if you do want to get that 3D look for this one, you can use the same map that you painted and use it as a bump, normal, or displacement. So you can kind of get some grooves going on in here. All right, so let's get started. The thing with this type of modeling is you need some reference photos, and I've researched. I've got some from James also, which are pretty good. So you can, pixelate it like this. It's fine. And then you can have to manipulate those so that they're lined up, and I got a side one right here. Oop, not that one, this one right here. Okay. And what I ended up doing is going into grease pencil in Blender and tracing those and kind of fixing them. So this is the side drawing that I did. You can kind of see how that got started. Okay. And I took a render of this by rendering the image, and then I saved that file. Gotta hide the other ones. Let's turn on mirror, and then let's turn this off so you can see the front right there. See how this got started. So it's the same thing. If you don't know how to do tracing images in the Blender in Grease Pencil, please watch some videos for that. And the thing is, you have to match your front and side, where the eye opening is and whatnot. And the thing about drawing your own reference is that you can adjust on the fly how you would match your front and side. Okay, let me take out the mirror. All right, so I'm kind of matching front and side, the top right there. It didn't really match because I had made some mistakes right here regarding some n-gons that are not supposed to be showing. So let me just turn off mirror. Like kind of right there. So I'll probably cap that with a line going like so, and that would make everything as a quad. All right, so you just have to kind of study your lines and your topology and how you want to kind of distribute it. Keep in mind, just because you drew it like this doesn't mean it will work. So, but I've been doing this for a while, and you can kind of see the lines whenever you see a photo. You can see wireframe, and that's something that you need to develop as a skill. And there's videos out there how to tackle that, but this one is just how to get started. So with a model. All right, so we will start with the modeling. All right, so first things first is I need to get those reference photos set up. So Jack front right there. And then if I go to side viewport, let me turn on my screencast. Okay, I'm going to press number 3 on the numpad on the side viewport. And I'm in object mode, okay? So make sure you're not in edit mode when you're doing any of this. Jack side, there it is. All right, so what it is with this model is that I will be, I probably have to flip this over to minus X1, but let me just center them first. So with the side plane selected, which is that one right there, let's put that aside, set it. We know which one is which. The other empty is the front photo. So let me just, all right, so let's go to the side. Again, I'm going to press N, it's in number. Go to the item tab, click and drag from the top so you get all those values, selected, press 0, enter, so it centers itself right here. I'm going to go to the front image selected right there. I'm going to press number 1 on the numpad. I'll do the same thing so that it centers itself. As you can see right here, it's like a cross like so. All right, I typically model on this side, or but so that it's already facing the camera, I'm going to flip this over. So one way to do that is to scale this. Just put a -1 on the y-axis, that is. Oh, did it do it upside down? Let's see. All right, there you go. So it's still X because it's the orientation of the photo right there. So if I go to the side, it looks that way. When I go to the front, it looks this way. Okay. Several things we can do also when we set this up. First, start saving your file at this point, because there's a lot of things going on already that you don't want to recreate in case you messed up. So I'm just going to put this Jack modeling head right there. So save that, and then if we select, let's say, the front empty, okay, we can turn on transparency right here and then kind of dial that down so that we can still see the line, but it's not full opacity. Same thing with the side. Okay, so you can kind of see through them. All right, so those things are locked in. They're not going to go anywhere, and we can start with our model. So I'm going to go to the front right here, and then let's get a screen going. All right, so I'm going to do is position my cursor to the corner right there. Hopefully you can see it. And I'm going to click and drag right here. So basically I split the screen. If you keep doing that as a mistake and you keep getting lots of this, you can actually do the opposite. If I click here and drag back, so you can see that arrow right there. So that means it just takes over. All right, so like so. You can also right click and then split it vertical or horizontal. So this is something I think was added in 2.8, but you know, I'm still used to the old ways of doing it. So, all right, so this is the front, and then we're going to change this to the side by hitting the numpad 3 on your numpad, hitting number 3 on your numpad. All right, so we're going to get started right here. The reason why we're doing this is that so that we can see both. It's happening at the same time. We're manipulating the front. So this will be an old style. If you don't know how to do this, or you haven't done any of this, we have the Iron Man video on a YouTube channel. You might want to check that out. It's the same thing as this, but this is a lot simpler than Iron Man. So you might want to get started on this one as well. Okay, so I'm going to get a mesh plane, Shift A mesh plane. You can always get all this object right there. If you take a look, it's just flat on the ground like there. Okay. So what I'll do is press 1 again to go back to the numpad. Now I want to rotate this standing up. You can type it in right here, but we're going to do some shortcuts, right? So you can combo. A great thing about Blender is like you can combo your shortcuts. So I'm going to do R, X-axis, 90. Okay, it didn't register there, but that's a combo. R for rotation, X is the axis, and 90 degrees. There it is. So you don't want to be modeling this twice, you know, one side and whatnot. So we're just going to mirror this. So I'm going to go here while the plane is selected. Okay, right there. I'm going to go to the wrench right here, which is the modifier. We're just simply going to add a mirror. Can't see the mirror because it's still a square. I'm going to hit on clipping right here so that we don't intersect the center. So I'm going to press tab here or go to edit mode. Select the 2 points over here. And we're going to move them over here. So that would be G for grab or move. X-axis. Okay, that would be left and right. And I'm going to hold down control. So when you hold down control, you enable temporary snapping. So when I click this to the right, there we go. So now, if I just grab one, just to show you, it's mirroring. You see it? See, that's clipping right there. So when I turn off clipping, you ended up going like this, which we don't want that right now. So, all right, so there it is. I'm also going to turn on X-ray mode so that I can see through. All right, so we're just going to do one patch at a time, and then we're going to probably do the more obvious ones right here, which is this section right here. Okay, gets harder here, as you can see. It's really on the side, so that's something we have to kind of look out for. All right, so let's grab this 2 right here. I'm just going to position them right there. So really quick right here, we're going to grab this, and basically what we're trying to do is get the shape formed in the front viewport, and then also right here. So this one is the corresponding shape right there. This one is that one. So I mean, you need some sort of visual guidance right here to match the two. So if you find that very difficult, you might want to look at first where this thing should form. My bad also, that's a nostril right there. I forgot to draw it, but yeah, that's the formation right there, right? So now when you look at this, it's just flat in there. We got to match it right here. So it's very difficult to select the whole thing and then try to move it here where it's supposed to be, because you don't know which one is which. So a good way to do that is to simply just select the two first, the one in the center right here. They're going to go right there, okay? And simply just G and Y, push those kind of in. Turn on X-ray also. Okay, G and Y. Remember, this looks like it's left and right, but it's not. It's in and out. We're on the side viewport. Okay, I mean, I'm just going to freeform it, just kind of get those corners right there. See, matching those. And then those two, I'm going to get them closer. Okay, and then just go like so. All right, so the difficulty here, if you're like my drawing is not very precise, you see it, it's kind of go down right there, and then here it's straight. I mean, it's totally up to you. It's, you know, if you want precision, you want to make sure your drawing is perfectly aligned. But here, you know, we can easily compensate that. It's not a big deal. Okay, so I can go up like so. All right, so now just got to extend this all the way over there. So next step. So here, since I'm still explaining this, how the process is going, I'm going to slow down a little bit here, but later on, we're just going to go through this really quick because you'll get the point at that time. All right, so E to extrude, select the edge, E to extrude. Don't get confused about double extrusion, because you can extrude this, press E, and then you get distracted. You got another one in there, so make sure, you know. And one way to check, I mean, you can merge vertices by distance later on, or what we used to call remove doubles. But if you're not sure if you got one and whatnot, simply select that and press G. If nothing is coming out and whatnot, then you don't have anything extra. This is what I mean by that. So let's say here I press E, I extrude, and I right click, and then I got distracted, and then I forgot I already have an extrusion, and then I went in there and start extruding again. So there should be another one right there. So how do you know? So select that edge and then press G to move it. Do you see it? There it is. So there's like another extension right there. So I'm just going to go like so and put that in there for now. All right, so now we got all these things just kind of piled up over here, right? So I'm going to select those and kind of move them like this. So we're going to go to the second one. I'm going to press number 1 or go to point mode. Select that point, and then that one looks like it's in place. Okay, so which one is this supposed to be? It's supposed to be over here, right? So let me grab all this and kind of move those. This one, we're gonna put that in there. Select it here. Why are we selecting here? Well, it's kind of hard to select here when they're piled up. Here you can easily see the separation. So that one right there needs to go over there, over here. This one goes over there. Okay, so on and so forth. And you might want to do this one extrusion at a time if you're still getting confused by a lot of this. All right, so I'm going to bring that up probably over there. And then this one now, it starts to curve in for the mouth. All right, so let me just show you what's happening. So if I hit X-ray here to get out, and then do a 3D rotation. As you can see, we're curving it. That's because we're copying to reference front and side. Okay, so we got a little bit more ways to go right here. Turn on my X-ray. Okay, and then all right there, so you can see my drawing didn't really match, but it's close. Okay, go right here and then extrude. You can do rotation if you want. You can do scale also. That's the same thing as just moving those points. Okay. Here it's getting a little bit difficult to kind of comprehend what's going on because it went up and it went in. Okay. So if you go here to the top, you could see that it's starting to go in the head right here a little bit. So what I'll do is kind of push that a little bit out. Okay. So at least it's like coming out a little bit. However, one of the points is kind of moving out, which is the bottom right here. So I probably want to move that outside a little bit like so, and then bring that in. All right, and then maybe this one as well. All right, so you can see it kind of curving like so. All right, like I said, it's a little difficult here because it's kind of flat on the side. So, but just kind of look at it in 3D. I mean, this is the best way to kind of visualize what's happening. Okay. Go to the front here. So I'm going to extrude this again on that last position right there. All right, and that should right here should just simply go like so. So we kind of curve that all the way around. Okay. All right. So next step right here, we could see kind of like the back of the head. We could do that. I'm going to press E here to extrude and go up here, and then go to 1 for point mode or vertex mode. Kind of spread that like so. And we could tell right here that that position needs to go right there. Okay, so I simply just move it over there, or I could follow my drawing right here. It goes a little bit higher on this one, so yeah, pick one, doesn't really matter. I'm off here, but I'm kind of following that, which is fine. Okay, we can now, like I said, there's simpler way of doing this, but since I'm kind of going step by step explaining it, I'm going to go extrude this one, so this one kind of makes a little bit more sense here. So I'm going to select this edge and then extrude it. Okay. Rotate it. Scale it a bit and then just kind of position and match it right there. Okay. Press number 1 to go point mode. So where's that point supposed to be? It's this one right here. Okay. So I'm just simply going to go press G and put that. Did I move that to the other side? Yeah, probably. All right, right there. Let's take a look. Okay, so it needs to go right there. So it's still not the front, actually. This is that part. So this one, it's still on the side. Okay, it's still kind of on that side right there. So my mistake. It's the next one. All right, so if I press number 2 right here, extrude this one. Now this is the one that corresponds to that. So I'm going to rotate, move it right here, scale it a bit. Here for sure, I'm going to press number 1 and then simply position it right there. All right, to show you what's happening, we're basically just starting to go to the front right there. Okay, we can keep going on this one because it's quite obvious what other steps. So this would be the eye opening or the eye socket. We're not going to model this inside right here because there's a faster way to do that once we complete this area right here. So we're actually just going to model up to this side right here. So go right there, press 1. I'm going to put X-ray mode. On this one, that would be that guy right there, and then this one right here. Okay, let's take a look. So it's starting to kind of go in there. Okay, so let me create this part right here to kind of, we can visualize it better. And you can tackle the easier parts, you know, we kind of went through the hard one right there, so that we can get that out of the way. And you don't have to just extrude just one, okay? Right here, as you can see, I can't extrude this one right here because there's a separation kind of right here. So I'm just going to do this one first, this 2, sorry. Press extrude and go up. Press number 1 for point mode, okay? X-ray right here. Let's take a look at this one. That one is that side for sure. That one is right there. Okay, this is that issue where it's like in between, but I'm just going to leave it like that. This one goes over here and then over here, right there. Okay, so let's extrude another one right here, number 2 for edge mode. Okay, and not numpad. Okay, I'm using the alphanumeric. All right, so right here, so I'm going to extrude this one. Press E to extrude it. Okay. All right, so we got that in there, and then number 1 for point mode. Go like so here. Let's position that. All right, so we got that one. You're probably thinking, how do we get to that one? All right, let's take care of this first, and then we can patch that. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, select this 2. Okay, press extrude. Press extrude again. So like I said, I'm gonna accelerate this a bit. Okay, right there. So I got those to extrusion. I'm going to press number 1. Move that in there. Kind of. All right, so we got that. Now let's fix that over here. So obviously, in the drawing, that's that part, tip of the nose, where the nostril will be is right here. Okay, so let's kind of make that a little bit more of a triangular, or not triangular, tapered top a little bit. And then this one right here, that one goes right there, and then this one goes right here. Okay, so now we're getting to that point where how do we create this one right here? So we can skip that actually by going here first, those two, extrude those. Press number 1. Let's go to the corner of the eye, right there. Let's fix that over here and over there. So now we have this missing area right here. Okay, all you have to do here is, oh, sorry, let me show you that to you. There it is, that missing area. All right, so let me go and go to number 1 right here. And then what you need to do is simply select number 2 for edge mode. Select this edge and that edge. And then only for quad, okay, location like this. I'm going to press F as in face, and it just builds it up, kind of like a bridge it. All right, so there you go. All right, so it's coming along. All right, so now I need to kind of, that's going to go up here. So we got to create this line going all the way across over there. So I'm going to press E to extrude that, rotate it, and scale it. Okay. Once I have this position right here, I can, and then let's match it here so that that's not too much of an issue. All right, once I have that, I can then extrude this. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this one. So I'm just going to press number 2, select both of those, and then press F. It bridges it, okay? You can also do loop cut right here. Command R, Control R, okay? And then you can actually, let's do it right here. So I got that edge right there. So I'm, instead of extruding it one at a time, I'm going to extrude it all the way here. Rotate it and scale it right there. Okay, so you can see I kind of bypass 2 extrusions right there. Over here, I'll do the same thing. GY is kind of move it right there. Okay, so you can see it's where it's supposed to be over here. Okay, so I'm going to do Command R or Control R. Okay, Windows or Mac, doesn't matter. So Control R, position my cursor right on the line, because it kind of matters. It kind of travels right here. If you go on a more vertical edge, it will create like a horizontal cut. If you go to a horizontal edge right here, it goes to a vertical cut, right? So right here, I'm going to scroll the mouse. Okay, right there. So I scrolled it so I get 2 cuts, all right? And then I'm going to left click to confirm that. Now it's asking me where do I want to slide. It doesn't really matter because we move points. We move it right there. And I got 2 cuts. So now we're kind of speeding up the process. So if I press G right here, just kind of position that, rotate it a bit, and G, then I just have to worry about this one right here. All right, position that in there, something like that. And then over here, we're nowhere close to the lines, so I'll just kind of, all right, that's close right there. And this is that issue that I'm talking about right here, where it looks like it's an end gone. So I messed this up. So I might just draw a line right here that goes to the back, maybe. Okay, so we'll worry about that when we get to that issue right there. So right now it'll be on this one right here, going all the way up. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to go to edge mode and that one, and then simply press F, and I got the entire thing covered kind of like so. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing. Let me just do control cuts here. So I got 3 of those. Press number 1 to move the first line in position. All right, like so. And over here we press this two, those two, press F, that will build that bridge. And let's create this edge extrusion right here, press E. Let me fix it here first before we get too far. Number one, to go to point mode. All right. And let me go back to edge mode, get those three edges, and then kind of move this like so. All right, so now we're having issues here with that point not connected because we just kind of grabbed it and extruded. All right, so this is how you merge points. Select that point and then that point right there. So basically you want these, since you selected this first, you want it to snap to that, right? Your last selection. If you do it the other way around, if I select this first and that one, then you want it to snap to the first. If you select them both, doesn't matter which one you selected first, you can meet them in the middle, okay? So I'm just gonna do first and then last, okay? So if I press M, as in merge, it asks you, what do you want to merge? To the first selection, to the last selection, to the cursor, to the center, so on and so forth. What we want is the last one. There you go, snap to that one, okay? All right, that's how you connect those points. And now this issue right here where I made this missing line right here. So I'm just going to do Control R right here. And, well, actually, let's not do that. I'm just going to snap this. I'm going to ignore this drawing right here. I'm just going to snap it to that. Okay. Merge last. Oop. Only that one. I selected too many. M at last. Alright, so there's that. So it kind of looks like we're missing some curvature on the eye, but I think it should be fine. It's not such a big deal. Alright, so let's fix those here. So that one right there. This one goes right there. Alright, so we just kind of took a bigger position right there, but it should still look fine. Okay. Alright, right there. Okay. And let's take a look. All right, so we're almost done on this one. So I'm going to stop the recording right here so that we can make them not too boring per part. So we're gonna go kind of show this one going on like so, and we're gonna end the video and then continue it on part 2.